Good morning, everybody. Well, I wish it was. It's Saturday, which sucks. I'm dying laughing because nobody's going to be here for at least another half hour, the few who do show up. But there's always just enough for the crew to run. It's ironic, don't you think? Oh, God, I had an Alanis Morissette moment. That's it. I'm done. Okay, I have not seen The Well yet. I will this afternoon. I've already got it put aside, shall we say. So I haven't really been online much today because I want to see this thing for myself. But seems like the flags are always at half mast these days. What happened this week? I don't know. Like I said, I don't keep an eye on the news anymore. I'm not kidding. It's just crazy here. Um, we're probably going to be the only crew in here again, judging by the look of the parking lot, because we're the only shift of production running from my department. And trust me, it's been more than tempting to transfer departments, but I've been in this department since the day I started here. So now I've not seen episode 3 yet. I will later today. We had a fun discussion about Lux. I'm sorry I had to rush it a bit, but um, I had to be at work today, and I have to be at work next Saturday as well. But one thing I do notice, it's funny how what little numbers I do get go up during the show series, and I'm like, I was sitting here thinking, look at all these other guys like the wind tunnel tested hairdo and the other dudes. I'm like, what are you guys going to do when this show does go off the air? You going to go, like do stupid pet tricks like the rest of the internet, or what's going to happen there? Because me personally, I don't know. I haven't even flipped a coin yet to see what I'm going to do if the show does go. Um, the thing is, I don't, I very rarely say 10 out of 10 myself. It takes a lot for me to say a 10. I did it once just to be a dick. Back during the Jody era, but it's made me die laughing because there were people out there accusing us of giving tens to everything, and I'm like, no, we don't. At least, I personally don't. It takes a lot for me to give a 10 out of 10. Like I said, I'll have to see it for myself. I have seen, some spoiler-free reviews saying it's pretty good. Like I said, I'll have to watch it myself to give it a gander and see what I think of it. I woke up with a little frog in my throat this morning. I hate that too sometimes. You get that when you sleep on a CPAP machine because sometimes you'll get your airway will get a little dry while you're sleeping. They do have moisture that goes in with the air and all that, but ugh. Sorry, it's this. There's very few people just slowly walking in. It's almost like watching The Walking Dead. It's like, okay. But yeah, Lux was an interesting episode. But like I said, it's just I don't know. It didn't hit 10 out of 10 for me. I was saying, I was shocked Ian Levine loved it. All I know is I'm getting tired. If you want to watch our full reaction, come over to Patreon, where we just blatantly violate copyright and get away with it. And there's some places where you go to their, like I said, their thing, and it says they're going to give you an audio preview. You got to play along. Like, it's trying to sync up, what do you call it, Dark Side of the Moon with Wizard of Oz. You got to know exactly when to hit the play button. And but oh well. I'm sorry if I'm rambling a bit. It's Saturday morning. I've already had to take some Dayquil just to get here because my allergies were acting up already. Of course, I took my Saturday morning Ativan just so I can get through this day, because working on Saturday genuinely sucks. And then I got to work next Saturday. Well, you get that one weekend off after 2 Saturdays in a row. Meanwhile, we got people in here who have medical excuses so they don't have to work Saturday. I'm like, wow. Ugh. Yeah, so sorry if I'm a bit of a weirdo today. It's just I'm a little bit out there. It's like, dude, if you ain't learned how to park that car by now. Oh, it's one of them bass penises, too. Guys have to thrum their bass so loud so people will be overwhelmed with the size of their penis. Bass off their basement speaker. You can probably hear it right now. I can feel it in my teeth. Yeah, I did notice that too, Saeed. Yeah, they're letting all their usual suspects get away with murder. Meanwhile, like I said, YouTube has become such a minefield that it's just ridiculous. And it's just amazing to me how much the English language is going to be murdered by YouTube. It really is. Like unaliving people. Nobody commits suicide anymore. They unalive themselves. I said that dirty word. There's like a list of 15,000 words you can't say on YouTube. I saw this in a podcast. They're like, of course they don't list them. But here's the one that had me laughing. I was about to rip out my earbuds and say, oh, F this, in frustration. I was listening to a podcast. They were talking to a guy who had worked in various fields of intelligence involving, some of it with DEA, drug trade, and all that. And I'm like, every time they said the word drug, they blanked it out. I'm like, pretty soon, no wonder the aliens don't want to come visit, because pretty soon our language is going to sound like, blah, beep. Well, we'd really like to, sorry, those words have been edited out for political correctness and also keep my algorithm up. It just pisses me off. YouTube used to be such, you can drop the F-bomb all you want, apparently, once you get so many subscribers, and they don't care. It's complete censorship. Well, if you say these words like death and greed, sorrow and murder, drugs, can't say suicide, can't say murder, and you definitely can't say kill. I'm not kidding. It just amazes me. Unalive has become the new word. Like you're going to make it sound cleaner. It's like writing right in the face of what, right along with what George Carlin, said years ago about euphemisms. If you ever get a chance, look that one up. George Carlin, euphemisms. You see, that's the thing. I can do and say what I want because I'm under the radar. I don't have to, I don't rely on YouTube for money. And it's amazing to me, some of these channels I've seen go by the wayside where these guys have gotten so big they think they're beyond the law or something. Or if you really want to laugh, go watch some videos of some of these guys when they get canceled. Oh man, it's like, you mean I have to go out and get a job? Ugh. Well, that's right. You can't say porn either. Pretty soon you won't be able to say the name Epstein. That'll be coming up next. I'm sorry. I saw a sad article this morning. I guess the one young lady who, even though the guy didn't never met her, the one royal dude, and you'll know who I'm talking about, never claimed to have never met this girl. He paid her out millions of dollars in a settlement because she was very loud against human trafficking and all that stuff, and apparently she worked for Epstein, and she passed away. Apparently she committed suicide at age 41. And oh, I said that dirty word. It's like, imagine discussing the movies, like the Suicide Squad. I can't say suicide. The Unalive Themselves Squad. Huh? You see, that's what I love about not really being one of the big, unless you get a certain amount of, subscribers, and then suddenly you're allowed to say whatever the hell you want, apparently. But it'll affect your algorithm. So that's one of the things that freaks me out about YouTube these days. So it's Saturday. Doctor Who's already streaming. I guarantee you they're going to be bitching about the views and the way you call it again. I'm really hoping one of the, like I said, I'm not sounding negative. I really hope in a way that one of these episodes does get pulled for football, because what are they going to bitch about? They're going to have no overnight numbers to bitch about. We can't bitch about the overnight numbers because there weren't any. It was so bad they didn't even air it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, God. Pretty soon you won't be able to say anything that ends in side. Pesticide will become a bad word, I know, it was very sad to read that this morning, Saeed. Yeah, that, after all this poor young lady went through, imagine all the emotional and mental damage that did. And of course, if anyone out there believes that, Epstein actually committed suicide, I got a couple bridges in New York I'd like to sell you, along with some oceanfront property in the middle of Nebraska. I'm shocked a whole lot of other people haven't come up mysteriously dead from that, because of course they're going to trash this weekend's episode. They always do. They've got nothing else better to do. It's kind of sad when, I've actually tried on a couple of these channels to find any time they've been positive about anything, and it's completely almost negligible. It's, they're making money based off the whole principle that misery loves company. You see, they're feeding off that, minority of grumps that are out there who will never like anything. I'm not kidding. If you presented these guys with the classic, half glass of water, is the glass half empty or the glass is half full, they'd knock it off the table and say the glass was shit. The glass was woke SJW third wave feminism garbage. And I could see him doing it. Just like a cat knocking something off the counter. Oh. But like I said, I have not seen The Well yet. I'll be seeing it this evening. And It's getting to be towards that time. I can see the other lost souls drifting towards the door now, knowing that another 9 hours of their lives will be sucked away. Just like I have to. But remember, be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. No matter how bad it looks now, it will always get better. One of the few wise words I had to pass around from the religious side is, this too shall pass. So, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. We'll catch you on Monday morning. If I can press the button. Hang on.